We all use AI, but the best tools usually requires an expensive monthly fee and track every single thing you type. Today we are setting up LibreChat with Ollama. LibreChat gives you an interface that looks and feels like ChatGPT, but the entire thing runs locally on your own hardware. Zero cloud, zero fees. And this isn't just a basic chatbot. It can read your private PDF documents, search the live web for answers, and even remember your preferences across conversations. All without sending a single byte of data to the outside internet. Because it runs locally, there are no limits, no slow servers, and nobody watching what you do. You get a powerful AI workspace that you are actually own. Let's jump straight in and look at two quick examples of what this setup can do. Let's say you have a 16-page lease agreement. In LibreChat, you click the file search button, then click the paperclip and select upload file for search. Instead of forcing the AI to read all 16 pages at once, which is extremely slow, this feature scans the file and only pulls the exact paragraphs needed to answer your question. I will ask it, am I allowed to mount a TV on the wall? And what is the exact financial penalty if I break this lease early? In seconds, it finds the exact clauses and page numbers. The entire process happens directly on your machine, so you get accurate results while keeping your sensitive information completely offline. If you've ever searched the web for new furniture like mattress or couch, you've probably been chased by furniture ads on YouTube and other websites for the rest of the year. LibreChat fixes this by letting you connect a private search engine called SearXNG. I'll ask it to search the web for the best types of mattresses or side sleepers in 2026 and summarize the differences between memory foam and hybrid. It pulls the most recent information and generates a clean, readable summary. But because this runs through your local setup, advertisers can't trace it back to you. You get live answers from the internet with zero tracking cookies. To build this, your Linux machine needs at least 16 GB of system RAM and around 8 GB of VRAM if you want to run the specific models I'm using. I am doing this on Linux Mint, but the written guide in the description has the exact commands for Fedora and Arch. Step 1. Open your terminal and update your system. Then we need our base tools. We install curl to download the installation script and Git so we can clone the LibreChat repository later. Then we run Docker's official install script. Add your user to the Docker group and completely reboot your system so the permissions change actually takes effect. Step 2 is installing Ollama to run the AI model locally. Run their quick install script and then we need to pull two models. For the main chat, I'm pulling a customized Gemma 4 Turbo, but you can choose whatever model fits your hardware. Next, pull Nomic Embed Text. This is a small model required to process your PDF documents for the file search feature. Because LibreChat will run completely isolated inside a Docker container, we have to configure Ollama to accept connection from it. Open the Ollama service file and paste these three environment variables. The first line open the network port so the container can connect. The other two are recommended by the model creator. They enable flash attention for roughly twice the speed and cut the RAM usage in half. Save the file, reload the daemon and restart Ollama. Step 3 is setting up SearXNG, which handles our private web searches. Make a new folder for it and create a Docker Compose file. Paste the configuration from the written guide, save it, and start the container. By default, SearXNG outputs standard HTML web pages, but LibreChat needed formatted in JSON to actually read the search results. Open the settings file it's just generated and find Format section. Add JSON to the list and restart the SearXNG container. Step 4 is downloading the actual LibreChat software. Just clone the official repository using Git, go into the new folder and copy the example environment file so we have a blank slate to configure. Step 5 is configuration. Open the configuration file we just created, scroll to the very bottom by holding Ctrl V and paste these lines. By default, every installation has the exact same security keys. To make your server more secure, copy and paste this block of commands into your terminal to generate fresh ones. Next, we create the LibreChat.yaml file and paste the configuration from the guide. This connects the chat interface to the AI models and the private search engine. Finally, create a Docker Compose override file and paste the text. This makes sure the chat interface can actually communicate with your computer and it turns on the local document reader. Step 6 will launch it. Run Docker Compose app-d and wait a few minutes for it to download and start up. Open your browser and go to localhost:3080. The very first account you register automatically becomes the admin. Once you are in, we need to log the registrations. Anyone on your network can access this exact page just by typing your local IP address and port 3080. If you want other users on your network to use it, have them register now before you log. Run this command in the terminal to log the doors and restart the server. Now nobody else can create an account, and if you ever need to open it back later, the unlock command is in the written guide. Now that LibreChat is ready, let's take a look at the interface. The interface looks very similar to ChatGPT, but gives you a lot more control. Let's do a quick tour so you know exactly where everything is. Down in the main chat box area, you have your paperclip to upload your files and documents. Right next to that is your tools menu to manage plugins like SearXNG and dedicated microphone button for voice input. Moving up to the top, you have your model section to switch between local AI models, and the presets button right next to it to quickly load your saved settings. Over on the sidebar, you have your chat history, the agent builder, and skills to give the AI custom abilities. Then you have your saved prompts, the memory tab to manage personal facts the AI learned about you, and your bookmarks. Finally, at the bottom of the sidebar, you have your attached file vault, the parameters tab for tweaking the AI's temperature and instructions, and the MCP server panel. Now let's see how we can use it in practice. When you are planning a large project, trying to cross-reference details across a bunch of different PDF documents is incredibly tedious. This is where LibreChat's RAG feature comes in. RAG allows the AI to rapidly scan through multiple large documents or long PDFs at once, pulling exactly the specific information you need. To use it, you first have to open the tools menu and turn the file search tool on. Now I will drag these 6 PDFs in and pick upload for file search from the menu. A quick note, use upload to provider for images, upload as text for a single short document, and upload for file search when searching across many pages. I will prompt it, these are 6 quotes to remodel my kitchen. Build me a table comparing the total price, the completion time, and the warranty. The AI reads across every single document and builds a clean, formatted comparison chart right in front of you. Instead of opening 6 different tabs and taking manual notes, you get all the information you need right in the chat. Let's take a look at one more feature, the memory. When you use a normal AI to help plan a project or a trip, it forgets your specific rules the second you close the window. You end up constantly reminding it of your context. LibreChat has a persistent memory feature, so it remembers facts across conversations. To set it up, you just need to pull a small fast model from Ollama and paste the memory configuration block into your LibreChat YAML file. The exact code is in the written guide. I'll use a fake scenario to show you how it works. I tell it, I'm planning a trip to Tokyo, I'm a vegetarian and I had early morning flights. Also remember the subway stops at midnight. Later I change my mind. Actually, forget what I said about early flights. I want to fly out at 6 AM to save money, update my preferences. Finally, some more complicated data. We booked the Sakura Inn, check-in is strictly at 3 PM, they charge $50 fee for lost keys, and the Wi-Fi password is Cherry Blossom 26. Now I click new chat to open a completely fresh slate. I will prompt it, I'm finalizing my Tokyo trip. What do you remember about my personal preferences and the city and the hotel logistics? The AI prints out a clean list, it knows my diet, updated the flight time, and got all the hotel's details right here. And that's how you build a private AI workspace. You now have local models, a private web search, and document reader, all running strictly on your own hardware. The full written guide is linked in the description below. I've also added several optional steps there that aren't aren't covered in this basic video installation. You'll find instructions for setting up remote access with Tailscale, configuring the memory agent, adding an admin panel, or getting better search results from the web. There's also complete uninstallation guide at the bottom, and if you get stuck or a container won't start, check the troubleshooting section right below that for the most common fixes. If you are interested in more self-hosted and local AI tools, check out the other videos on my channel. Give a like if this video was helpful to you. Thanks for watching.